Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a truly massive paradigm shift. We're going to look at how the rapid rise of AI is automating production across virtually every industry. But, and here is the really fascinating part, in doing so, it's actually elevating our fundamental human need for context and judgment. It is an absolutely wild time to be building things, so let's just jump right in.
Okay, let's kick things off with this brilliant quote from architect Chad D. Raneke. He says, "Automation alters technique. It cannot displace responsibility." This perfectly answers that burning question everyone's asking lately. Is AI going to replace engineers? No way. The tools we use to do our work are changing faster than ever, sure, but the ultimate accountability for what we actually create, that remains squarely on our shoulders.
You can see this clear split happening in how we define our work now. On one side, we've got architecture as production, things like drawing, coding, manual scaling, and even prompt engineering. But on the flip side, we have architecture as judgment. This is where ethics, accountability, civic frameworks, and context definition live. Think about it like this. An AI can generate a dozen fully optimized skyscraper designs in a matter of seconds, right? But an AI cannot go to jail if that building falls down. Only a human professional carries that kind of legal and civic liability.
So, how does this whole thematic evolution actually play out? We're going to break this down into 5 key areas today: the automation myth, the modern solutions architect, charting your cloud journey, engineering the AI context, and finally, judgment over production.
All right, let's start with Section 1, the automation myth.
Here is the crucial dynamic when we talk about complex systems. Yes, an AI can test literally thousands of configurations against variables like cost, energy use, and spatial density at blinding speeds. But it absolutely cannot determine which option ought to be built. An algorithm can easily maximize rentable space in a building or squeeze every drop of efficiency out of a server, but at the end of the day, human values are the ultimate decider for what is actually culturally resonant and appropriate. Moving on to Section 2. The modern solutions architect. It's really amazing how this physical building philosophy translates directly over to the digital realm. Solutions architects bridge business problems and technical implementations. They design the shape of the solution without actually writing the code itself. Much like a civic architect planning out an urban space, this digital role requires a deep understanding of trade-offs. You aren't just laying digital bricks, you are making sure that vastly different, complex systems integrate perfectly to fulfill a much larger business purpose. Basically, you own the why of the system. And to effectively evaluate these systems, architects rely on structured review processes. It's all about systematically checking the business requirements against the technical reality to spot weak points before a design ever gets close to production. But what exactly are we checking for?
Well, that brings us to the well-architected framework. You essentially act as the guardian of 6 core pillars: operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability. An AI might pop out a system architecture that is incredibly fast and hilariously cheap, but you have to ask the hard questions. Is it going to quietly fail on security requirements? Will it completely collapse if a server region goes offline? You're the one who has to balance these pillars.
Next up, Section 3, charting your cloud journey.
Look, before you can start leveraging all this advanced artificial intelligence, you have to establish a rock-solid physical-to-digital foundation. That means getting a firm grip on the core building blocks of cloud infrastructure: compute, storage, and networking. Because ultimately, these are the secure, bounded environments where your AI and your proprietary data are actually going to live and breathe.
And the great news here is that there's a highly structured path for literally anyone to reach this cutting-edge AI space. If you are coming from a non-IT or pure business background, your starting point is the cloud practitioner path to validate that base knowledge. Got 1 to 3 years of IT experience? You can step right into the AI practitioner cert to showcase conceptual AI integration. And if you are already a cloud or data pro, you're heading straight from machine learning engineer to build and maintain these platforms. It's a clear, systematic journey for everyone.
All right, Section 4, engineering the AI context. Now we've arrived at the absolute cutting edge of system design, integrating large language models through retrieval-augmented generation, or RAG. This architecture cleanly separates into 2 distinct workflows. Step 1 is your Phase 1 indexing pipeline. That covers ingestion, chunking, embedding, and your vector DB. Think of it like organizing a massive library in the backend whenever your data changes. Step 2 is the Phase 2 query pipeline. This runs in real time on every single user query, doing a semantic search, maybe an optional re-rank, and finally the LLM generation. This dual structure is exactly what grounds an AI in your specific business reality. But guys, here is where things get completely wild.
Let's talk about the compounding agentic failure problem. If you chain 10 autonomous AI agents together and each one boasts a seemingly great 95% reliability rate, your overall system accuracy actually plummets to about 60%. Why does that happen? Because vital business context literally drops between the steps. If your context isn't structurally governed, these agents basically end up playing a giant game of telephone and completely lose the plot.
So to fix this, we have to change our whole approach. On one hand, you have the old paradigm, prompt engineering. It's human-written, ad hoc, incredibly brittle, and totally unscalable for a whole enterprise. On the other hand, you have context engineering. This is injected metadata that is centralized, automated, and tightly governed. It's the difference between manually typing context into a brittle prompt every single time versus building an infrastructure that just automatically feeds trusted data directly to the AI.
And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Judgment over Production.
When you try to scale AI across an entire company, you're going to hit three major enterprise roadblocks. We're talking prompt brittleness and maintenance debt, agentic reliability bottlenecks, and of course, massive prompt injection and security risks. When you're dealing with millions of API calls a day, human accountability cannot just be a simple text prompt. It has to be embedded as a governed structural layer. The AI might generate the options, but the human architect has to build the secure environment it operates within.
The whole industry is waking up to this shift. Gartner hit the nail on the head recently, saying, context engineering is in, prompt engineering is out. Just like traditional architects move from manual paper drafting to automated CAD systems, we are moving from manual prompting to systematic context engineering. This doesn't mean our jobs are going away. It means there's a massive expansion of our professional competence and judgment required.
So as automation inevitably alters your daily production techniques, I want to leave you with one final essential question to ask yourself. Are you just generating options, or are you defining the values? The tools are always going to evolve, but the ethical and civic obligations of designing systems for human beings, those remain yours alone. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you assert your vital role in the future of AI architecture.